It has been weeks since floods triggered by Typhoon Gaemi subsided. But Virginia Montes hasn't moved back furniture and appliances that had to be taken to the third floor of her home. She had the space built after Typhoon Ketsana in 2009 flooded nearly her entire home.
Doon sa bintana na yun, hanggang doon ang tubig.
The water reached that small window over there, and the floor above it now wasn't there at the time.
Ayun yung maliit.
That's actually our bathroom window.
Hanggang doon ang tubig eh.
Virginia says it took her years to save up for construction. But because floods have become a regular feature of their life, she feels it's necessary. For those who can't afford to add another floor to their houses, the government of Marikina City, a suburb of the Philippine capital, has a system in place. So the flood warning system in Marikina City works in 3 stages. There are several of those posts along the river which measure the water level. Now, when it rises to 15 meters and the first siren sounds, that means people should prepare to evacuate. At 16 meters, they're encouraged to start leaving their homes. And at 18 meters, everyone is mandated to start heading to one of the 50 temporary shelters. 2009's Typhoon Ketsana led to the Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Law. It requires local governments to allocate 5% of their annual budget for disaster response and prevention, among other things. Marikina City has invested in a command center, life-saving equipment, and flood mitigation projects, all of which, according to the mayor, are necessary spending that can cut economic losses in the aftermath of a storm.
It greatly affects lives, properties. It's a necessity now, an urgent necessity that we need to address.
The national government's budget for climate change and disasters has also increased to around 2% of the GDP, costs that activists say shouldn't be shouldered solely by taxpayers.
These are not natural occurrences that nobody is responsible for. And it's been established that there's a number of companies that were involved in really aggravating the climate crisis.
Some of these companies involved in quarrying activities on mountains around Marikina River, blamed by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for the floods, as he flew over deforested areas in the wake of Typhoon Yagi. Barnaby, Al Jazeera, Marikina City, the Philippines.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.